Thanks for staying with us. In what many have described as a bold and unsettling statement, Nollywood actress Sunshine Roseman recently took to Instagram to post a stark message that ignited heated debate online. In her post, Nigeria treats women with real hate, adding that nobody can convince me otherwise. While some supporters see her outburst as a raw and honest reflection of the deep-rooted misogyny, double standards, and emotional abuse that many women face daily, others have criticized her for painting the entire nation with a single brush, accusing her of exaggeration and seeking attention without providing context. But beyond the outrage and applause, Sunshine's statement has reopened an uncomfortable national conversation. Are Nigerian women truly victims of systemic hate, or are we dealing with isolated cases being amplified by celebrity voices? You can join the conversation and call us on 02016352013 or 09024163440 or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Nigerian men have been accused of hating Nigerian women. I don't even know where to start from this conversation, but I would really like that we share our own experiences if we've ever experienced anything in that light, and also get our callers to call in and share their experiences, because you can only talk from what you have experienced and what you have seen around you. It may not be a general thing. It may just be in some places, in some quarters, in some cultures. It may also be general, but because you're only seeing what you have experienced, you don't know of other people's experiences. And that's why I like that we really share some of the things we've seen, we've heard, we've experienced when it comes to men and women in Nigeria. Who's ready to go?
Okay. This is a very careful one.
Yes.
A very careful one. But certain things that we can't deny. It might not be, as she put it, hate. But are there issues? Yes, they are. Because that's why we're asking for an affirmation. What's the word again? Didn't come to my head. What? The seats.
More seats at the gender inclusion.
When it comes to my head, I would say that, so we have a system that is completely patriarchal. That's not news. And because it is patriarchal because we play a role in how patriarchy is, practiced here. We have our hands inside everything. And when we now say that, women are hated, the role women play, is something that we now need to be careful of. But the society is not balanced. And that's why you have the feminist movement, the advocates for girl rights, always talking. There's still a system that has to change. It's almost cultural, how misogyny is, playing in our society. But it's something that we still also have to be careful of, because some of the people responding to this girl are women who's also suffered some of these imbalances and thinking, no, she's taking it too far. She's, she's calling it out too far. But we did not experience our experience. We all have our various experiences. Some people, for instance, anytime I speak with Miriam, she'll be like, Nima, you survived this? How? It's news to her. But if somebody was discussing misogyny, and I'll be like, you won't know what I have, how I have coped with it. My birth itself showed how women were treated. My birth in my family as a third girl in a straight row, to the extent it's in my native name. I don't put it in my name except on official documents. But whenever my native name is called, they call me, I'll be like, what kind of hate was happening at the time I was born? Because it took only my parents celebrating the birth of their child because they had a girl.
Wow.
So it's a serious thing. I don't want to ever downplay her, but because of what happened at the time of birth, the kind of love my parents poured into me, I would say it doesn't exist. Because apart from the story that they tell me, personally, they made sure it wasn't my narrative. I didn't grow up to feel because I was a girl, I was reduced. My father used to say that my girls must inherit. He used to say that, okay, because traditional and customary inheritances would mean that the girls, and he had 4 of us, might not inherit, that we should follow Islamic rule so that his girls are provided for. people dealt with some of these problems so that some of us can have it easy. But to deny the existence of misogyny,
that would be a lie.
It would be a lie.
Yeah.
I love the way you put it, because, you know, it is so true that there is, that we daily face, you know, misogyny in one form or the other. But it's not a Nigerian thing, right? I think it's a global thing. And I feel that in different parts of the world, at different levels, people have found ways to work towards changing that story and informing men to do better, and we see it. And even in Nigeria, you know, I see how we use our platform, people in their homes, in schools, you know, the way we are raising our boys. There is a difference in mindset. Some things that used to be so commonplace, you know, where you say a woman and immediately you just think she's less than. Men don't think that anymore. Like, it's not the first thought anymore. Now you're driving a car, for example, some 10, 15, 20 years ago. They think whether you like it or not, it's not your car. It's somebody, you know. So we have those things, and then we're seeing change. But do we still struggle with it in some way? Yes, we do. Recently, I saw a video, and this is an Oyinbo person in her Oyinbo land, talking about how men are raised. And she says she noticed that men were actually raised to hate women. And she describes it, she says, when a man is being raised, when he's born, what he's being told to be a man is, don't be a woman. Don't be a sissy. Don't cry like a woman. Don't show your emotion like a woman. So anything that is not a woman is a man. So they make you feel as a man growing up that to be anything like a woman is weak. And the only time you are meant to enjoy a woman is when you go to her for intimacy. You get what you want, you sow your seed, you have your children, and then you move away. Do you understand? So she feels, you know, she was saying that obviously men are being raised to hate women, that the essence of a woman for them is hate, you know. So we have to do better in the way that we're raising our boys. So I'm saying this because I want us to know that it's not just a Nigerian thing. It's just the way the world is, the history where we're coming from. Whether we like it or not, there used to be a time that women were just part of the furniture. They were like pets. They were like animals. You owned them. You used them to your pleasure or displeasure. You discarded them when you were ready. But we have come a long way. And every tradition, every country, every community in its own way, you know, we see different. I have had my own share of, not personally, in fact, I would say my mom, you know, I lost my father and my father's, you know, relatives. I had a grandfather, and they did not show up for us the way they should have. And the story is they listened to the father, the man of the house, you know, and for me, it felt like you just showed hate towards a mother and her children, you know. So I experienced that through my mom. We experienced that because my father had a house he had built before he died. He had property, he had things which were all taken away from her because who is she? You know, she was just a woman. If it was the other way around, if she had died, nothing would have been taken away from him. Maybe more would have just been added to him, you know. So we have seen that. Do we still see people go through that till today? Yes. But I don't think, I hope, and I believe that it is not as widespread as it used to be. But sometimes, you know, you go through something as a young girl, you know, and it just reminds you, you're going to work, you're trying to network and everything, and all of a sudden they pigeonhole you into those words, prostitute, you know,
that's our
fine, yes, and you know, those sorts of things, and then it reminds you again that so I'm not enough. I'm at this table. I applied for this job just like you. I earned it. I worked hard, and still you just look at me and say, you're just a woman. So yeah.
We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll hear Amaka's thoughts. Come back, we're still asking the question, do men hate women in Nigeria? We have a caller on the line, Daniel from Ikorodu. Good morning, Daniel. Daniel, are you there? Okay, Amaka, let's hear your thoughts.
Okay, so I agree with Mariam when she said that this is not just a Nigerian issue. This is a global issue, right? Because we know where we're coming from, both culturally, you know, when you talk about like all the monarchy, the empires, when you talk about the religious bodies.
Yes.
Till today, like you're wondering, like, I'm Catholic, and I'm wondering, like, so who came up with the fact that women can't be priests? Who came up with the fact that women can't conduct mass, as in that you're not
Worthy.
you're not worthy. Do you understand? To be a pope, like I said, who wrote these rules, anyways, right? And women have always fought for their place over time. It's been a struggle. But then the word hate, so I can sit down here and say the word hate is too much, as in it's too deep. But then I didn't have her own experience. She's speaking from a place of her own experience, and her experience is valid. And her point is valid, because I always say on this table that we're a product of our experiences and our environment. I can sit down here and say, okay, maybe from my upbringing and my environment, I've not really suffered this because I'm an Onitsha woman. And in Onitsha, where I'm from, women have a place, women have a voice. Women, you can do whatever you want to do. You're a woman, the men give the women the backing in Onitsha. So I grew up with that mindset and within my own immediate family circle. But you find out that in the workplace, as an oil and gas lawyer, you find out that you're in a male-dominated sector and you constantly fight for your place. And you go through that all the time. Because when people, like I said on YouTube one time, like I stopped wearing contacts during the week at work. I worked less during the week because I had to readjust because it made me look more unapproachable. Because when people see you, the first thing they're looking at is the face, and then they feel like you don't have something upstairs. And then I'm constantly trying to prove myself and to shut you down and let you know that it's not just the face. There's something up. I'm constantly being put on that to when my male counterparts to prove myself. When my male counterparts don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And then why do you think it's okay to constantly keep hitting on me? What makes it feel like I wake up to my comment and then I just want to be like that's too much. So women were constantly, so you can say there's a hate, or why do you think it's okay to perceive a woman that way? And when a woman tries to defend that, she comes out as being aggressive. She comes out as being, crude. Or why are you shouting? Why are you in a setting? Why are you asserting yourself? Why are you unfriendly? Because you're dealing with something. A woman deals with something.
Why are you difficult?
Why are you difficult? Because you're constantly dealing with something the next person is not dealing with. So I can understand where she's coming from in terms of hate, because I don't know her experience, but her experience is valid, whatever it is. What I've said is, but this is not just a Nigerian issue. This is a global issue, because I don't understand how, even in politics in Nigeria, this is 2025, how many women have been given that? It's as if that they're deliberating, giving us a chance, giving us a seat at the table. Why?
Yeah, so we have another call on the line, Joseph. Joseph, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We're doing amazing. Thank you for asking.
Come again with the question. I didn't get that as well.
Women we're asking the question: do men hate women in Nigeria?
Yeah. What women does most of the time, some women, what they does made men to hate them.
Okay.
Number one, the way women dress nowadays, they can be hated for that, some they dress as naked, and some the way they behave, the character shows whether they hate them or not. To me, yes. The answer is yes. Because of what they do.
Do you hate women as a Nigerian man?
Because of the character and behavior. Some of them, not all, anyway.
You said some of us.
Some of you hate women.
Okay, based on their behavior,
based on and how they dress.
Yeah. You see, that's where the problem
yes, but let me break this a bit, because I've heard everything and I absolutely agree with you. Being somebody who was born in a home where they were expecting me to be a boy, probably I had kicked so much in the stomach, and they were expecting it was a boy that was coming.
Traditional scan.
And they said it was a boy, and a girl came. And I was told that my father walked in and he said, it's a girl, and he hissed and walked away. He didn't go back to the hospital till my mother came home.
Whoa.
I was told by my grandmother. He also confirmed it himself. And he explained himself that he was the only son of his mother. And so in his head, he was expecting a brother, you know, and then when he was a woman, he just hissed.
What if his
but
mother
that
came
hissing,
back to him?
that hissing stayed with me for a very long time. Like I grew up feeling like I didn't matter. I grew up feeling, and when I also saw the treatment that was being meted out to my siblings, my brothers, when I finally had 3 brothers and myself, I was the only girl of my father. And I saw the difference in treatment from both my father and his different stepmothers per time. He also reaffirmed that feeling that I was nothing, right? So I absolutely understand where she's coming from, and I get it. But we have also seen in this world that it seems like women have an upper hand. So aside from those very strong political you know, representation, let's take for Nigeria for instance, you know, in other climes they're a lot better. Women are representing and they fought the battle to get to that point. You know, we see that women tend to have more support. Women tend to bloom fast. When it comes to the workplace, depending on the industry, and a woman is getting there and a man is getting there, as long as you are presentable as a woman, you tend to get more favors. Everything a man is doing is because he wants to gain the attention of either one woman or plenty women. They are working hard. They are able to buy the cars, the clothes. They dress up for women to see them. So it seems like, on one hand, we have where women are, I wouldn't use the word hate, I would say disrespected. It means more that way than just saying outright hate, because men cannot do without women. So I wouldn't say hate, but I'll say we are not respected. We're not giving that that placing that we ought to have by their side or beside them, or however. We're not giving that, right, because of patriarchy. But we still have our own things, and men are doing everything to gain our attention. So there are certain industries you go to, it's tilted somehow, and I'm wondering how do we categorically say that men hate women when women
So let me go back to the story I had shared earlier about the lady who was saying that men are raised to hate women, and the only time you know that they are the only time you know they are that is a positive is how they are it's how they get women.
Yeah. Let me go do a bit and take Blessing, and I come to you. A Blessing is on the line. Good morning, Blessing. Blessing, are you there?
Hello, yes, I'm.
Oh, we lost Blessing.
Yeah, so the only time they are praised is how they conquer women. So what you have just described is a man doing everything to conquer a woman. So he gets a woman, they are hailed, bad boy, see you. You hear fathers, their teenage boys are running around women and they're excited. Let their teenage girl try it. Do you understand? They're encouraging it. So for them, that is a sign of your masculinity. So they are not really doing it for you.
Exactly.
They're doing it for themselves.
Yes. I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
It's an ego trip.
Yeah.
But then we've moved on from, you know, this. Let's talk about social or career success for women.
Okay.
We've moved past where our mothers were. Look at every industry today. I mentioned that all unit heads, in fact, let me be careful. I met about 3 unit heads in Lagos under the Federal Road Safety. And I, over the phone, met another one, and they were all women. So we've moved past where in those days only men could lead. Women are doing well leading, but we need that in governance. So I was talking about the affirmative action, 35% affirmative action for women across, you know, governance, and the gender bill, the women bill that had to, women rights bill that failed at the House because of our ways of looking things. Yes, this exists. But there's this imbalance also across gender. I don't like the generalization of hate. There's an imbalance. There's an imbalance.
Better.
Sometimes when the girl advocates were doing their job, when we were in primary school, we did not wake up to it that, you know, they were moving for more girl rights and that boys were now suffering, you know, from a lack of, you know, advocates for their rights. True. I had my son before I joined a boy advocate group. Before I became aware, opened my eyes to how badly Nigerian boys were also being treated. And so we, you know, when this clamor starts, everybody moved
attention.
So we all moved.
The
There's
girls.
International Day for the Girl Child. More count them. Mother's Day.
Like 7.
Yeah, Wives Day. International Day for the Girls Child.
Side Chicks Day.
March is a Girl Awareness Month.
There's Women's Day.
Women. So we have more advocacy.
Father's Day, we gave them half.
Even the vice president girl, we talk about girls, you know, that not enough is done for girls.
True.
So when we bring it down to families, how they treat their girls, because we all shared our experiences now, how they treat their girls and how they treat their wives, shows these girls. I want to believe what she's talking about is not necessarily in the general society, but maybe something, close experience of something within family and how, you know, she's. Go and take a.
We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll take a deeper dive into the conversation. Stay with us. Welcome back. Do Nigerian men really hate women? You were telling us.
So I was saying that. So her experience most likely will be very close. Will be something that, you know, very convincingly shaped her thoughts to write this. It's also a thing that, you know, generally when society expects leadership, groundbreaking things to happen, they expect, because of physique, biology, a man should go. But it didn't stop women who demanded from getting it. The Fumilayo and some Kutis who decided, oh, yes, everybody's driving a car, but me, I'm going to drive my own. I'm going to buy a car, I'm going to drive it. Heaven didn't fall because of them. Nobody arrested them for trying, or that they didn't. They say it was impossible, because the way we all drive now, the way I even drive, I always
drive like a man.
I drive like a man. Nobody has ever, you know. So yes, the society might not immediately serve it, but we must go out there and take it and demand it, and, you know, insist on, you know, the right things being done. And it should start within families, within homes, so that our girls don't go out there scared that nobody will give them those opportunities. How are our parents treating the girls within the homes? Do you have a girl and a boy that you say, no, you are made for success, you are made to go to school, you are made to have money, but you are made to aid him. Don't grow more than aiding him. You are made to do this, you are made to do that. You are not. You can't be better within homes, because that's where the forming of the mind starts
from. Let's take this call. Alex is on the line, and then I'll come to Amaka. Alex, are you there?
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. I'm calling from Ori.
Good morning.
We can hear you. Alex is weary.
Nice job.
Thank you, sir.
Really, men love women. If we will not be with women, or we'll be with women, maybe let's say 1 or 2, 3 in the house. We love them, we marry them, we love women, we don't hate women.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So we love women. We don't hate women.
So you notice that society has always pitched women against one another.
Bam. Push again.
You know, like, it's easier for them, if you need something done, pitch them, let them fight, just stand, and then when they are done, let them do the dirty work
for you,
right? And when you look down history, it's always been like that. And for some reasons, as if like we women, we not get that sense to know when we are being used,
we are being pitched against
each other. And then most times they not give us a little. They just make certain little spaces available for us to fight for small opportunities.
Oh,
you know, if you look,
breadcrumbs.
Yeah, breadcrumbs. So we are now kitty kata kata. We are fighting for those small crumbs because it's not. There's no abundance.
Amaka, don't you think that is coming from a place of fear?
That is
not that they hate us. They're just afraid of our power.
So when someone is afraid of you, it breeds resentment and hate. Don't you understand? There is a form of hate. It breeds resentment, breeds hate, and then they are sitting there thinking of how are we going to make sure to stabilize this system, stabilize this way. Why do you think that you're good enough? Why do you? So the person is constantly, or people are constantly trying to bring you down emotionally, mentally, psychologically, and make you feel little. That is.
Amaka, remember when we were trying to push for, I think it was this gender bill or something.
Exactly.
There was a conversation on the floor of the house where a representative of a community, a whole constituency said that he was uncomfortable with giving those rights to women because he's afraid that they will become so powerful. They will not be able to control them.
They will not be able to control them. This Nigeria.
Let me take Umara and I'll come back so you can finish your thoughts. Umara, are you there?
I'm here.
Good morning. We need to hear you.
I wanted to chip in into what you guys were discussing on it.
We're struggling to hear you, Mara.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I can hardly hear you. You're saying.
Oh, okay.
Listen to your phone.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, we lost that.
Yes.
So it's the fear.
So it's the fear, right? Because you also find that even within the family unit, within the religious unit, you know, the women have been put in certain positions where we're being told what to do and how to do it. And we're being told what God said, as if you don't have a direct link to God yourself as a woman over time, right? And then we've gotten to this point where now as women, there's self-realization, because you find out that even within man and woman matter, we've been told over time that the men are not enough, that we have to fight to get the attention of a man. We have to fight
It's in
to
the
be
Bible.
to be married,
Time
right?
will come.
So that fear also, that so women are struggling, constantly struggling, right? One, and then to make the man feel emboldened and make the man feel like he's the prize. Okay, then we also look at the other section of this whole fear and resentment issue with women, where women are also told like, oh, at a certain part of the month, you're not good enough. You're not clean. You don't deserve to worship, to be in the presence of God. And then, so women have always, so of course, over time, this is just in your mind, right? And you see that this, where is it coming from? Who is passing all this information? Who is making all these rules and regulation? Men.
But there's a flip thing happening recently.
Okay.
There's something that's happening recently. Okay. So we have said that over the years, women have come out fighting for our rights. But we have now gotten to the point of the conversation where we have 50-50, where is the woman that is the breadwinner and the man who wants to be a stay-at-home husband. And I'm hearing women say, those women that were fighting for these rights, who sent them?
Yes, even abroad.
They work
Who sent
them.
them?
Yeah. But
And then lastly, enough for that, over time, women were also told that, oh, you're on a biological clock and everything, that your egg will now disappear and not disappear.
We found out
But
that is a lie.
that is even a lie. That is even the man's sperm
That
disappears with age. So don't you understand?
New
Who
research.
gave us all this data research? No, that's still
research.
man. No, it's new research.
Science.
And it's science.
It's science.
And then now we now know that what we've been told is now wash. So how can you not say that a woman will feel
So
that
not necessarily about disappearing,
Let me
but
ask
more
this question.
about the quality of that sperm.
Yeah.
So you're likely as an older
there's actually
father
yes.
to have
to have
it reduces in quality as you get older.
But that's
So
what
let me ask you a
children that
question.
are not
To still talk about this. What do you think we did to make them be so afraid? They may have seen something. They may have women at some points would have been, like if you check our history, women were queens, women had power somehow, and especially in our African culture, women were powerful. It was when the Obodo Igbo people came with religion that women now started being subjugated. Our ancient cultures had African women really powerful. They were at par with their men if you go through our historical culture, right? So what do you think men saw that made them become afraid of allowing women to have power? They may have seen something. Do we overdo it when we finally get it? Do we, throw all caution to the wind? What they may have seen something. I don't think this fear came from
They're
nothing.
not seeing nothing.
Are
They
you
are
sure?
the ones who are power thirsty.
Okay.
And because no man gets power without a woman, now we they dish this power. A supportive wife ensures a successful husband. A supportive wife gives a successful husband what's it called? Legacy.
Okay.
Estates. Yes. And all of that.
Yeah.
So women, look at the politics today. We're asking for 35% affirmative action as if we are less than the population of the country. We are not. We just don't see where we should put our strength. We'd rather, when we go back, think that let the man lead, so he will provide.
Yes.
We all accept the provider man philosophy, and so we all support it. And
I wish we had more time to really dig deep into this, because there are different layers. You can't even begin and conclude this conversation right now. But we are cutting off to join a live broadcast. The viewers can continue watching Your View show by scanning the QR code on the screen. And okay, that's what's playing. Yes, but we're going to have to wrap up this conversation unfortunately, right now. I don't think the word is as deep as hate. Hate is an emotion, so it may still be right. Hate is an emotion, but it's fueled by something underlying, which we are beginning to identify as fear and many other things that we don't have time to talk about today. But I think we need to do better in terms of raising our children to understand that we are all whole. None is weaker than the other. Everybody would just need to be raised at the same time. And also pay attention to our young men, because everything now is tilted towards empowering girls. We are forgetting that we have boys as well that they're going to be meeting in the society. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we have a special guest waiting to join us. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.